welcome to St. Louis Park Today. I'm your host, Seth Rowe. Well, tonight there's a school board meeting at the St. Louis Park Senior High School in room C350 up on about the third floor, although it gets a little confusing in there with all the half floors they have. Anyway, on the agenda are a number of reports for kind of the end of the year. There's the Park Spanish Immersion Kindergarten Enrollment Update. That's always, well, it's kind of routine, but it gets a little bit interesting because there's always some controversy over who the immersion school lets in, as it's a competitive process. Then there's the QComp report, which is an annual reporting requirement about the alternative teacher compensation for teachers at the school, kind of a part of a state program. Then there's the standard junior high school report. They're just going to be talking about pretty basic staff development goals, building goals, nothing too earth-shattering likely. Then the Kindergarten Plus program report, and finally, the more interesting part of the evening, no doubt, will be the 2009-10 budget update, and they're going to discuss recent legislative decisions regarding funding for 2009-10. I'm not sure how much they will be able to say, since the governor hasn't announced yet what the unallotment process will be, or rather what his decisions for unallotment will be. So it's probably still too early to say, but the board has to pass their final budget at the subsequent board meeting on June 22nd. So they will likely be passing it based on educated guesses. What they plan for is a 2% reduction in state funding, which would include not receiving a 1% one-time increase from last year. Additionally, the school board will be looking at approving a capital funds shift to the general fund so that it could pay for teachers' pay and benefits rather than going towards building projects and so forth, for which they received some levy money from voters last year. They also received a levy approval for the maximum referendum amount, but there are state limits on how high that could go, and with a reduction in state funds, they could be looking at a little less than they had hoped in any case. Also on the agenda is approval of next year's graduation date. Last week, of course, was the St. Louis Park Senior High graduation, and it was sunny and beautiful, unlike today, which has a high of 54 degrees and is cloudy. Rather bleak and miserable, kind of like the rest of this past weekend, which was not real great for June, I have to say. But tomorrow it's supposed to be a little better, pleasant, with a high of 65 degrees. And this little turtle guy is going to be, no doubt, enjoying being able to romp around in slightly warmer and presumably less rainy air. Well, that's it for St. Louis Park Today. Join me tomorrow. I'll probably be discussing what's going to be in the paper this week, kind of a sneak preview, and perhaps any other developments that come along. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.